Yeah. Y'all watching the Grind Ethiks mixtape show, and I'm your host, Viktory BX Supreme Promoter. Basically, I'm Shane. Basically, yeah. Thank y'all for watching a new episode of Grind Ethiks. Y'all be very grateful if anyone could follow me on Instagram, share, like, and drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? If you like the show. Definitely, if you like the show, I'll be very grateful if anyone could make a donation to my Live Your Life tour. Yes, I'm setting up a nationwide tour dedicated to the Grind Ethiks mixtape show called Live Your Life, or the Live Your Life tour, where this is where I'm gonna be traveling all over the United States, interviewing interesting people and showing different type of landmarks. You know what I mean? And encouraging people to live the type of life that they want to live instead of living a slavery systematic life. So if anyone wanted to donate, that'd be great. If not, no stress. Yeah, man. Yeah, yo, this episode of the Grind Ethiks Mixtape Show, I'm breaking down one of Raekwon's songs. Raekwon, the chef, representing Wu Tang. I'm breaking down Heaven and Hell from his first album, Only Built for Cuban Links, which is one of my favorite albums. I think that album is 30 years old now, right? The album came out in 95. Did it come out in 95 or 96? Actually, it came out in 95. It's 30 years old. Yes. Happy birthday to the Cuban Links album. And yo, big shout out to Raekwon. Big shout out to Raekwon for putting out a classic album, bro. Putting out a classic album, you know? And Ghostface was all over the album. Big shout out to Ghostface too. There was Only Built for Cuba Links was kind of, to me, was kind of like a Raekwon and Ghostface album. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to break down the song Heaven and Hell featuring Ghostface Killer, actually. Yeah, man, I've been hearing this song for years, man. When I hear that song Heaven and Hell, I kind of apply it, you know, to almost everybody's life, you know, because in your mindset, you either in heaven or you're in hell. Heaven and hell is not a physical place where you go when you pass out or whatever, or when you go back home to the essence. It's a state of mind. Heaven and hell is a state of mind, and as something that you choose. You know, Raekwon the chef said it himself. What do you believe in, heaven and hell? You don't believe in heaven because you living in hell. How I break it down is, yo, everybody has a choice whether they want to be in heaven or hell. You know, everything happens to everybody. So-called bad things happens to everybody. Now, it's up to you whether you want to keep on reliving that same story. Because a lot of people have a tendency to even though they're not experiencing whatever bad experience, whatever, even though some people are not experiencing the same bad situation that they experienced before in the past, they still relive that same situation, that same story. They tell it, they vent to other people. Oh, my parents abandoned me. Oh, blah 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 blah. Or this happened, or that happened, or whatever. You know, every girl I had broke up with me. Blah 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 blah. You know, people in this world have a tendency to tell themselves the same story and tell other people, vent to other people what happened to them in the past or what they didn't like or whatever. Now, if there's a certain story that you don't like that happened in your life, then stop telling it to people and stop telling it to yourself. Stop dwelling on it. It might pop in your mind every now and then, but just acknowledge it and that's it. Don't. or don't pay too much attention to it. Really, you know. Just let the thought run through your mind and let it pass. It's gonna pass like the clouds. Thoughts are like clouds in your mind. You know, it just passes and evaporates somewhere. Clouds in the sky don't last long. You know, so but we all have a choice. That's how I break down the song. Heaven and Hell by Raekwon is we all have a choice whether we want to be in heaven or hell, which is a state of mind. We all have a choice about what we want to, how we want to think. You could think good about something, you could think bad about something, or you could think so, or I mean, you could think good about something, or you could think bad about something, or don't think nothing at all. Don't think nothing at all. But most of us, we choose to be in hell because nobody didn't tell us when we was kids. Nobody didn't tell us as early as young adults. Nobody didn't tell us that if you keep on reliving the same experience from your childhood or your or your or your younger adult life or whatever aspect of your life, that's all you're gonna see in your trajectory. That's all you're gonna see. I talked about this before in the last episode. It's called the mirror effect. What you think and feel about yourself or anything is what your outside perception, your outside trajectory is gonna show. Whatever you think and feel is what you're gonna see and experience, whether it's good or bad, positive or negative. So you have a choice. See, people don't understand or notice that you have a choice. The most control that we have in this world, in this physical world, is a choice of feeling. You have a choice to feel good, feel bad, or feel nothing at all. You know, we choose to be in hell. We choose to be in hell. For real, we choose to be in hell by dwelling on everything, or prices of items and services is too high. Trump this, Trump that, New World Order, Illuminati, this, that, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And then as people, we choose to take on other people's problems, people that we don't know. You know, a bunch of people get killed in a mass shooting. We want to. It's good to. We want to identify by that too much. Anything that happened to somebody or a group of people in some part of the world or some part of the country, we choose to identify by that, and then we add on to the hell that we already live in by identifying with other people's problems. That got nothing to do with us. Like, for example, I know this older brother, right? In his 60s, right? Cool brother. I knew him for years. I knew him from walking through the streets selling waters every summer, right? Every time I see this guy, and this brother was never like this when I first met him, but every time I see this guy nowadays, he always talking about what he heard in the news or what's going on in the world. And he sounds so depressed, but he never told me not even one thing that happened to him. I mean, it's not funny, but he chooses to identify with other people's problems, and it brings him down as an individual. Like, he chooses his own hell. Like, the brother chooses to dwell in hell by identifying with other people's problems. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. This brother never even once ever told me what he's going through that's so-called bad. But every time I see this guy, it's always on some doomsday shit. Oh, I don't know what the world is coming to. Don't worry about the rest of the world. The world is always going to be crazy, man. How you keep yourself is different from how the rest of the world is going to be. You know, you choose heaven. You choose your own heaven. Heaven is not a place where you go when you die. It's a place that you choose in mind. It's a state of mind that you choose. Same thing with hell. This brother choose to be in hell and stay in hell. And peoples, some of y'all that's watching, y'all probably like this. Y'all probably watch the news. That's why I tell people, stop watching the news if you can. And if you do watch the news, watch very less. But I really advise you, stop watching the news. It's a fear-mongering machine. They barely tell the truth about nothing. And whatever little truth they do tell, they embellish, they exaggerate. The news will make you go against your own mama. The news will make you think that your own mama is a serial killer, like Jason or Michael Myers. Stop watching the fucking news. The news depress people. The news is one of the elements that keep people in that mental state of hell. And peoples, just in case you're just like my brother that I was talking about, stop identifying with other people's problems. If it has nothing to do with you, and if you don't know these people, stop identifying with other people's problems, whether they're in the country or whether they're from your town, your city, your state, whatever, or whether they're from, I don't know, another planet. Stop identifying with other people's problems. That got nothing to do with you. You can sympathize, you can feel sorry for people, you know? You could do that, you know what I'm saying? But what can you really do? So dwelling on their problems is not helping them. Dwelling on other people's problems is not helping the peoples with the problems. It's not. It's not. So you might as well move on with your fucking life and stop choosing hell. You already got your own so-called problems, you know? Now you want to take on other people's problems that you don't know. People that you heard about in the news. Or maybe somebody that you know personally. You want to take on their problems. Don't do that. You can help people, but don't take on people's problems like that, man. You know, people that you know, you can help them. But remember, you got your own life to live. Stop choosing hell. Or if you a type of person, you have a heaven state of mind, hey, why not help people or help a person that you know that has a hell mindset, bring him to heaven or try to. You can't save him. You can only save yourself. You can only give a person the keys to save themselves or to unlock their own mental prison. You know? Stop identifying with other people's problems. It's going to bother you too much. And then you're going to feel guilty about living in America, living in somewhat of a comfortable place, being able to have certain resources. And you're like, oh, other people don't have what I have. I'm so sad. I feel guilty. Feel guilty about what, nigga? You didn't do nothing to nobody. What do you fucking feel guilty about having something and other people don't have it? You got to leave it up to them to go get what they need to get or get what they want to get. It's not up to you, nigga. Stop doing that. Stop taking on other people's problems. Stop doing that. Unless you're going to help. It's okay to take on other people's problems if you're going to help. If you're going to help. But if you're not going to help, if you're just going to be like, oh, that's not helping nobody. That's not helping you, and that's not helping nobody. This is what Raekwon was talking about. I don't know how Raekwon break down his song Heaven and Hell, but that's how I break it down in my mind. That's how I break it down. I would like to bring Raekwon the chef. Yes, I still call him Raekwon the chef. I would like to bring the chef, you know what I'm saying, to cook up an interview, man. I would like to interview the brother, man. That would be a special treat, you know. I interviewed Wu Tang affiliates back in the past, but I never interviewed anybody from the first 9 or the first 10 Wu Tang Clan members. Capadonna is a member. He's an official member. People, I know y'all like 10 members. It's 9 members. No, really, it's officially 10 members. Capadonna was locked up when Wu Tang was blowing up back in the 90s. Okay, so he's definitely an official Wu Tang member. He's a 10th member, right? Because you look at the second Wu Tang album, Wu Tang Forever. You look at the cover. Capadonna's in the cover. If he was just a Wu Tang affiliate or Wu Tang extended family member, he would not be on the cover. But anyway, but yeah, man, that's how I break the song "Heaven and Hell." It's your choice. Do you want to be in heaven and hell? It doesn't. It doesn't matter what happens to you. It's how you see it. It's how you think of it. It's how you feel it. You know. I mean, you could feel sad about any situation for seconds, for minutes, whatever, and then move on. It's up to you how you respond. It's up to you how you respond, man. You have a choice whether you want to be in heaven or hell, man. You know, some of y'all think y'all in hell because you ain't got that much money, and y'all use money to dictate your whole life. Some of y'all that's watching, not all of y'all, but don't do. But I'm telling y'all, stop doing that. Stop using money to dictate your whole life. That's why you're suffering. Some of y'all, or probably y'all think you're suffering. You know, that's why some of y'all in hell. It's not the money that's 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 making you live a hell mindset. It's the way you think about not having cash. I don't have that much cash. Some of y'all probably got more cash than I do. But I'm not in hell. But I'm not in hell. I'm in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because I choose to be in heaven. I choose this. Oh, how victory? How are you in heaven? Well, you don't got this. You don't got that. Listen, it's not up to you to wrap your brain around my life. Wrap your brain around your own life. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Because you're gonna break your brains. I tell people, do not try to wrap your brains around our victory, Allah's life. Okay? Because you might hurt yourself. You might hurt your brains. You got to focus on yourself. You know, focus on getting into heaven in the mind. And you don't have to so-called die to go to heaven. You know, that's a state of mind. You know? But like I said, the choice is yours. Because nobody didn't train us. Nobody didn't tell us this. Nobody didn't tell us we have to stop doing what we have to do. We have to stop doing what we're doing for a while and take self-inventory of ourselves. You know? We think certain things are bad because we're programmed to think it's bad. You know? And we think and we make the mistake into thinking that this whole world, this whole physical experience is physical. 100% physical. No, it's not 100% physical, y'all. It's mental. It's mental. It's mental. Even coming down to your financial life, it's mental. It's mental, man. You know, stop being around people who have a hell mindset. Be around more people who have love, peace, and happiness, or people who have at least one of those components. You know, maybe some of y'all feel hellish in your mind because you're around or surrounded by people who have that type of mindset. You know, maybe you're surrounded by people who talk about New World Order all day or talk about Trump all day. Listen, when I'm puffing trees and I have a hard day after having a hard day at work, and I'm puffing trees with my friends, listen, I don't even want to hear about Trump or New World Order, some shit. I don't want to hear about that. I'm puffing trees, nigga. I want to relax. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I don't because trees also make me paranoid. So while I'm puffing trees and motherfuckers is talking about some New World Order bullshit or talk about Donald Trump or talk about recession or whatever, then the tree smoke, then while I'm puffing trees, my mind is taking me to somewhere else. It's taking me to paranoia. And I don't like being paranoid. Some people like to be paranoid. Some people like to be scared because it's a thrill. I don't like to be scared. It's not fun to me. It's not fun. You know? If you like to, if you find being in, if you feel like you live a boring life and being scared is a thrill to you, God bless your heart. That's all I could say. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. But you have to be self-aware that you like being scared. In order for you to stop living in fear, you have to understand, you have to know and understand that you probably like being scared. Fix that shit. I don't like being scared. You know? I can't serve two masters. I can't give in 100% to fear and then talk about endless possibilities, or talking about I'm walking a path of infinite possibilities when I choose to be in hell. You either in heaven or hell. You can't serve two masters. You can't serve heaven and hell. You can't be in heaven and hell. It's either one or the two. It's either one. You know? That's what I'm saying. You can't, it's like you want to walk on a path of endless opportunities and obtain positive experiences in your life, right? But you still venting on the past, and you still dwelling in your doubts, your fears. It's either one or the other. You can't serve two masters, man. It's either one or the other. It's either one or the other, man. I mean, your doubtful thoughts or clouds is gonna be in your head. It's gonna pop up in your head every now and then. But just let it, just instead of fighting it, just let it run through your head. It's not gonna last that long. You know, you could distract doubtful thoughts. That's up to you, man. It took me a long time to be this way. It took me a long time, because I always say life ain't always about what you have, because we get caught up in having things. That's what's wrong with most human beings. We get caught up in having things. Life is less about what you have, and it's more about how you carry yourself, regardless of what you have and don't have. People think, when I tell people I'm happy, people think I'm happy about having nothing, or happy about, not, I mean, people think I'm happy about having less. No, I'm not happy about having less. That's not why I'm happy. And I'm not happy because I have more. I'm happy regardless whether I have less or more. Whether I have less or more, it doesn't move me. It does. I don't let that. I don't let that adjust my feelings about myself. I am who I am regardless. You know, who I am is beyond this. You know, at the end of the day, when I go home back to the essence, or when we all go back home to the essence, we're no longer who we say we are. Okay, we're no longer who we say we are, man. So you know, you got to make your life count under your own merits, not under society's merits, because society is toxic. Society would tell you anything for you to jump out the window. Society has a tendency to make you develop limited beliefs about yourself and your capabilities. That's why I say fuck society. I love people and I care about people, but but fuck society. Society's poison. It's poison. That's why I don't listen to too many people. People would tell you, "Oh, don't do this, don't do that. You don't have this, you don't have that." So what, nigga? So what? What the fuck you want me to say? What the fuck you want me to do, nigga? Live your own life, nigga. I'm living mine. Fuck what you say. I tell niggas in their face, fuck what you say. This is my fucking life, nigga. You know? And a lot of people who play social police officer, you know, are in heaven, or in hell. They're not in heaven. They're in hell in their mind. Because they think they need things to determine their life, to make their life count. Really, when you live in this physical experience, you ain't supposed to be attached to nothing, whether you love it or hate it. You ain't supposed to be attached to people, places, and things, and events, experiences, or whatever, because your soul living an experience, living a physical experience. I still don't know why the fuck we here. To this day, I really don't know why the fuck we're here. Well, I'm not complaining that we're on the earth or that we live in this physical experience, but I still don't know why we're here. I still don't know. People could speculate, you know, but I don't want to. I don't want to really break my brains on why I'm here as a physical being. I don't, you know. I mean, people say you got to learn stuff. You're here to learn, but uh, what do I need? What do a soul or a spirit need to learn anything? A soul and the spirit don't need nothing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe y'all can add on in the comment section. You know, why do you think we're here? You know, I don't know. You know, but lay down and what was I about to say? Yeah, like I said, I still don't know why the fuck we're here. You know, but like I said, that's why a nigga like me, I don't take life too serious. Even when I do for like a couple of minutes, it's only a couple of minutes. That's it. That's it. That's it. But I love that song, Heaven and Hell. I'm gonna listen to that shit right now after this episode. You know what I mean? What do you believe in? Heaven and hell. You don't believe in heaven because you live it in hell. And that's another thing. A lot of y'all don't believe in positive. A lot of y'all don't believe that you could go to heaven or be in heaven in mind. A lot of y'all don't believe that you could build your own life outside of the life that people tell you you need to live, or outside of the systematic slavery life, or outside of your mental prison. So you choose to live in hell. If you don't believe you could be in heaven in your mind, or if you don't, you know what I'm saying? Or if you don't believe that you could live the life that you want to live, which you might see as heaven or paradise or whatever, then you choose to stay in hell. That's up to you. Listen, I don't give a fuck about your butts. Fuck your butts. The only butts I give a fuck about is BBW butts. Okay? That's the only butts I give a fuck about. I don't care about your butts. Because when you keep saying butts or however, or you keep challenging me in the comment section, guess what? You are defending the same negative programming that's fucking you up, that's keeping you in hell or in a mindset of hell. So stop doing that to yourself. It's your ego that wants you, that's your ego that's defending the programming, the negative programming or the hell programming. It's your ego that's defending your limited beliefs. Whatever you feel, however you feel fucked up about yourself, you might feel different fucked up things about yourself. Excuse my ebonics. You might you might feel fucked up things about yourself. You know, and your ego is constantly defending these fucked up programs by defending people by debating and arguing with people like me that's trying to bring you into a state of heaven, that's giving you the keys to unlock your prison, but you keep defending it. But Victory, there is such thing as a struggle. There is such thing. I can never go to heaven because my family's poor. Oh man, who the fuck have never been poor? So-called poor. You hear these celebrities that's rich, or these entrepreneurs as millionaires and billionaires, they were so-called poor at one point. Like stop with this stupid poverty excuses. Don't give a fuck about your fucking so-called poverty. Fuck your poverty. And you gotta say that shit too, out loud or in your mind. Fuck poverty and fuck your poverty. Not fuck you. Not fuck you. I'm not saying fuck you. Fuck your poverty. And fuck your ego. Because your ego is defending the programs. It's defending the negative programming that's fucking you up. So fuck your ego, and fuck your poverty. Okay? And I'm not talking about you. Like I'm saying a bunch of times, it's not against you. So when I say fuck your ego, you're not your ego. Don't attach yourself to your ego. I got an ego too, but I like that motherfucker I like that motherfucker in the closet or in a cage. You know? You know what I'm saying? Fuck your ego and fuck your poverty and fuck your so-called problems. And stop saying it's your problems. Matter of fact, I stopped saying my problems is my problems. I don't want to take ownership of this shit. It's just setbacks. I don't want to take ownership. If I don't like problems, I don't want to take ownership of it. It's not my problems. It's just setbacks. That's it. Oh, that's it. It's problems. It's problems. If I have a problem, I'm not taking ownership of it. I'm not saying it's my problems. I'm not saying it's my problem. I'm not attaching myself to that shit. Because when you say something's your problem, or you keep saying my problems, my problems, my problems, you taking ownership of the shit. You taking ownership of it. You know what I mean? You taking ownership of it. And that's how you're gonna keep on having the same problem. When you take ownership of them problems. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. It's not your problems. It's just a problem. That's not gonna last forever. It's gonna pass like the clouds. It might be long, it might be short, I don't know. But it's just a problem. That's not gonna last long. That's how you gotta think of the problems or anything that come to you, that's so-called problems. Oh, that is problems. You know? Stop taking ownership. And that's a good mental exercise. Is stop taking ownership of what you don't like. Stop taking ownership. If you got enemies, stop saying my enemies. If you got haters, stop saying my haters, because they're gonna stay in your life. They could disappear from your life, but they're gonna stay long in your life. If you don't want your so-called haters or your so-called enemies to stay in your life, stop taking ownership of them. Stop saying my enemies and stop saying my haters. Okay? Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Anyone that liked this episode, be very grateful if anyone could share, like, drop a comment, and also I'll be very grateful if you could drop that small donation for my Live Your Life tour, man. You know what I mean? And the link is down below, Grind Ethiks Cash App and all that good stuff. All right, and I'm out. And remember, peoples, tell a friend to tell a friend that it's all about the motherfucking grind, basically.